Well, at this time, we welcome in Coach Hud Jackson representing Arkansas-Monticello, as well as Demilon Brown and Kaytron Allen to join us here on their media day. Coach, as we have in the past, with the first few coaches, we'll give us an opening statement from you, and then we'll have questions from the participants here. Again, thank you for joining us here, and welcome.
We're excited to be here. It's an awesome experience to be able to have some type of media day. I've been here for 11 years now, and this is great. It's always great to be able to talk about our university, and I got two great young men next to me that you'll be able to visit with a little bit. But we're looking forward to getting this fall cranked up. Got a lot happening here at UAM, not only in football but just things to from a facilities point of view that's going to make us better and help us. And so a lot of exciting times, and can't wait to get it cranked up.
Questions?
Coach, I'd like you to elaborate on that just a little bit. Just coming into a new season, I know that we're finally back into something that could be considered normal, and I hope that we stay with that for just many more years to come. But to head back into a season, having a spring camp, just like you have done for years prior to the last two or three, talk about the team and what it looks like now heading into just a few weeks away from the opener.
Well, we're really excited about it. We are very, very grateful to our players that decide to be here during the summertime and taking classes, getting workouts in. And so for us, it creates anticipation, where we're going to be. And, normality, I guess, probably for football coaches is the football season. So we as coaches, can't wait to get to that point. I know for me, it's great to be out at practice and to prep and doing installs and position meetings and all that goes into it. So, I think this is going to be probably, since everything happened with COVID, something very, very close to normal with your processes and not trying to find bigger space to have meetings. And although we're going to be very, very proactive in doing the right things there, but it's going to be, I guess, as close as normal as it can be. But I know our players are excited about it and getting ready to get cranked up. And, it's been, for some reason, spring just felt like it's a lot longer than it's normally been. Maybe for me, doing the athletic director part of it might make it a little bit longer than I like. But getting to this fall practice is something that our coaches and our team has been ready for.
Coach, I'm sure that AD role does factor in somewhat. Gentlemen, I want to ask you to as well, and a similar question then. In being back, the coach mentioned the word proactive. Talk about what that means to you in this offseason workout and building up to get you to the point where you want to be and be ready to take the field then in just a couple of weeks.
Basically, just being very detailed and just being just very crisp with stuff. Just taking it one day at a time, workouts, just being together, connecting with each other has been big.
Going off like what Amala said, just communicating, keeping practice crisp and workouts crisp.
Eric?
I
apologize.
Mike, you say got another question. Go ahead to you. Sorry.
Well, that's all right, Coach. Listen, let me ask you this: preseason rankings came out yesterday, just within the last 24 hours, right there in the middle of the pack. And I know numbers are what they are. I mean, you have to take to the field. What does that say to you? Where the program is? It's one of those things. With your record last season, 5-6, you finished 7th in the conference. That's just pretty much right there where you were in the preseason rankings. Talk about addressing that and moving forward. And I know that the athletes always know that number, but how do you get past it?
For us, if you go back and look at the last 4 or 5 years in our program, we're sitting right at 500. So, for me, it's expected. It's if that's where you've been for an extended period of time, then that should be the expectations, where people are going to pick you. But I will say this, being in this conference from the very beginning as a coach, seeing what can happen any given Thursday night or Saturday night in this conference, it creates a lot of excitement, So for us, me as a coach, I'm not going to take it personal that we were picked 7th in the conference preseason wise. I've been around this long enough, as a lot of these coaches in this conference have. Look, man, whoever comes out to play on those Thursdays and Saturdays and ready to play and is prepared are going to be the one that's going to have a chance to win that game. So, look, we could use it as motivation. We could really pound the table and say, hey, this is how people think about us. But we're going to focus on us. We're going to focus on getting better. We're going to focus on turning that corner. If we don't want to be viewed as average, then let's do some above average things. And so that's what we need to do. And that's what we need to focus on. And then once we do that and we feel like we've done it the right way here at UAM, it's going to be that much better. So we feel that we're there. We've got great players like these 2 young men sitting next to me. They're going to work extremely hard to help us to turn that corner. So, hey, it's one of those, is what it is. Everybody says it when it comes to preseason polls. I just know that if we're healthy and we do a great job as coaches getting our players prepared, then we got a chance just like anybody else.
Coach, how much more are you able to go in depth into your playbook and installation when you've got a veteran like Demilon does running your offense?
Well, I mean, it makes it a lot easier. I know that, Coach Lesby does a great job as our offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, as does Walker on the defensive side of the ball. Both these young men are very, very smart and intelligent, dealing with Demilon. He's been doing it since he's a freshman. So it does allow you to do some things, with the experience that he brings to the table. He's starting to see things that you expect from your quarterback as you get that experience playing that position. So I know that helps, obviously, Coach Lesby when in the play calling part of it, that, maybe we can do some things a little bit more now that Demilon has that experience at that position. But there's a confidence. There's not an arrogance from this young man. There's just a confidence that he feels like he can get it done and lead the offensive side of football and be a leader on the team all together. But yeah, it does make things. I'm not going to say easier because this game's not easy, but it does make things better for your play caller, Coach Lesby, to be able to do some things because of that experience.
And Demilon, to you, just the last time we saw you on a field was against your rivals, Southern Arkansas, and you guys had one of the greatest offensive shows we've ever seen. How special was that day for you? And obviously, very few are going to score 73 points a game, but just what did that day feel like, and how do you carry over how successful that was into this coming season?
So basically, yeah, that was a special game. Just ending the season off right. It was a real big eye opener and just motivator coming into the next season. And just going into this season, we're just gonna try to get better every day. We're not gonna try to do too much. We're gonna just try to get better as a team and do the little things right. And like I said, be detailed and disciplined, and everything else is gonna take care of itself. So yeah, just elaborating just off that, just how we ended that season is really exciting going into the next season or this season.
Any additional questions here for Coach or the players while we have them here for about 5 more minutes? Okay, Charlie, like I say, both Joey and Hud have talked about the sense of normalcy. Has it felt normal to you this last offseason into this fall camp?
Going early part of spring, it was obviously there was still a lot of different policies and things that were in place, and that we had to do differently. During our off season, during the spring, we try to break our guys into smaller groups anyways, because we just to get a little bit more instruction during that time when we're in the weight room. But as we got further away, from January, it did seem that we were able to do, things really without not looking over your shoulder, but just not being all that worried. But this is the thing, Eric, that we cannot, let our guard down. I mean, you still see there's things happening, and we just got to be prepared. I mean, even during summertime, we had a couple guys, here that tested positive. So there was some times there you got a little concerned, especially if you had one or two that happened really, really quick. So, I mean, I don't know if you'll ever be totally normal, but I will say that things have gotten a little bit better, but we're just going to have to still create, making sure that our guys are doing all the little things right so that we don't get into a situation where, we're leaving to go to a game and these two guys show up and I'm told that they're tested positive and they won't be traveling. So if that would happen, we probably wouldn't get on the bus either. But I think that it's things that we have to be aware of and make sure that we do a good job as coaches to prevent that from happening.
Kaytron, I want to give you an opportunity to answer one thing about the defense as well. What kind of adjustments? What are you looking at? What feels different about this season? I know we talked about the details, and you were mentioning that going into the off-season workout, the spring. But talk about the defense and adjustments to make coming into 22.
We got a lot of new guys coming in, and I mean, I feel like they're gonna help us out, and like our D line is gonna be great, our linebacker is gonna be great, and the secondary is gonna be awesome. So I think we're gonna be good this year.
Kaytron, for me, just what was the first year like in the GAC for you, and what were the big surprises that you experienced coming from the junior college level, and how do you build off of last year into this year?
Last year was like my first year in the conference, and it was kind of confusing at first, but now I just gotta work and just get better.
And I'll say this too, Eric. KT, he's a new dad. He just had a brand new baby on the 29th of July, so he probably looks a little tired right now. But anyways, these two guys are they're special young men. We got a lot of guys like these two on our team. But just to sort of piggyback before we have to get off, one of the things that we wanted to do is try to create more competitive scene at our practices, and we brought in some guys that we feel like has helped us. We needed help in the kicking game, and we feel like we've got a couple guys that are going to be very, very good for us. There was two games last year that not having that in place cost us, and we weren't going to let that happen again. And we did that at other positions too. So we're excited about the competition getting started. It's going to make all these guys better. And that's the key. If we can all get better, then we got a chance to turn that corner, like I said earlier.
Okay, Tron, tell us all about what's new dad life like been for you. Changing diapers, trying to do feedings, making sure mom's rested. What these first week or so been like for you as a dad?
A little bit tired, but I'm a dad, so that's what I guess I got to do. And I was very, very excited to be a pops. That's very, very excited.
Does he have his UAM onesie on ready for the fall?
Yes, sir.
Well, that excitement level is never going to go down, but the sleepless nights are never going to go away either. So just get used to it.
So we have about a minute here so left before your live time is up. If there's any final thoughts, Coach, you'd like to pass on to us. If not, we will appreciate everybody being on this call, and best of luck for the season. So if you have anything else you'd like to add, we'll let you have at it, Coach.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Ryan Tao for his help today getting this set up, and these two young men for being here, and Will and your entire staff for getting this put together. Eric, I think this is important. We all feel as coaches that we deserve to be able to showcase our school and our players and our programs. And hey, this is the first step to be able to do that, and I think it's awesome. So thanks for putting that effort in, because the GAC is a great conference with great football teams and great coaches and great players, and we're excited that we were able to get this done. So thank you.
Hey, Coach Kaytron and Demilon, thank you for joining us here, and we will again wish best of luck to the Weevils here in the fall. Thank you all.
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Again, for those sticking around, coming up at 11:40, we have Henderson State. So we'll be back on here in about 5 minutes with the head coach of the Rays, Scott Maxfield.